Welcome back to day two of the Catalyst Youth Summit. My name is Kamisha Superville. I am the founder of the TCNYC Catalyst Movement, and I'm so honored and so excited to have you join us on day two. I hope you guys have enjoyed day one, which was an in-person experience, and day two, it's an immersive experience virtually where you really can absorb some of the nuggets and information that will be shared throughout this day. So again, welcome back to day two. And guys, don't forget to visit our Catalyst Youth Summit page on Instagram. Make sure you like a post and tag us. Yes, it's very imperative that you tag us. This is your only way that you will be entered into an opportunity to win over $1,000 in scholarship. Yes, you heard me right. You guys will have the opportunity to win $1,000. So make sure you go and you tag us. This is virtual, so you can go ahead and do that right now. Well, not right now. Guys, I am so honored to be speaking with someone that I truly admire. We're going to have a great conversation and chop it up for maybe 30 minutes. And I hope that the knowledge shared inspires you on your journey. So, guys, we are honored to be speaking with celebrity chef and Food Network star, Mr. Eric Marshall. He's an entrepreneur. He's also self-taught culinary chef. And most importantly, he's an amazing human being. Mr. Marshall, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing quite well, always doing well. I wake up and every morning, like, I gotta do well today. So I always speak what I want into existence. So I'm doing great.
Man, that's amazing. Where does that attitude come from? Or what has allowed you to be that positive, like literally from the get-go?
Well, it has been a lot of life experiences, ups and downs and lessons, and then just the way you bounce back from something is the major key of how you get this positive attitude. There's negative stuff, there's realistic stuff, and then there's optimistic. I try to stay in the optimistic, realistic realm, and everything that I go through in life, it's a journey and it's a lesson. So I wake up manifesting what I want for that day. So that's how I start my day. That's how I got this positive attitude.
Wow, that's amazing. So you would say that manifestation is real?
Manifestation is very real. However, you still got to put in the work.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Well, I'm so happy you said that because, we have a lot of young people that's listening. We have folks that's watching us. So what would your advice be for someone that maybe, struggling with good vibes, right? Struggling with good thoughts, maybe going through a hard time in their life. What would you say is how would you inspire that person that may be listening?
I would say the first thing is really, really, really believe in yourself because you'll find out in the journey of life, there's going to be a lot of naysayers, there's a lot of people that's not going to believe in you. But if you believe in you, that is the most important part. We care about what our friends say sometimes, even our parents or, even random people on the street. So what you really need to do is focus on what you like and what you thinking about. Of course, talk to people about it. And people are going to have, their opinions. But the main thing is to try to learn how to take constructive criticism. And if it's constructive, then it's good. I mean, they're really trying to look out for you. But if, they're really just trying to downplay what you love to do or what you want to do in life, then just believe in yourself and be like, I can do it. That's what I feel will help guide people a lot in the world, especially as youth. I didn't know all this when I was young. So that's why I try to, regurgitate the information now and give it to the youth now and the adults that I speak to.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that. And that leads me into asking, what was this journey? Who is the Eric Marshall of the past? Let's talk about that journey.
Yes, I've come a long way. But I would say my father, he was in the army, so I'm a military brat. So I moved around every 4 years, which made me, like people grow up with friends all their life. Oh, I knew this person in third grade, all through high school. I didn't have that opportunity. So every 4 years, 3 or 4 years, we moved. And the first time we moved, I moved away from my friends when I was very young, and it was like, oh man, I'm not gonna be with my friends anymore, blah blah blah. But I learned that, and I think this is why the way I am today. But life still continues. You meet new friends, you continue this journey. It's like when you grow up and go to a whole new school or move to get another job. That's what I had to endure. I'm like, okay, so this part of my life is done or paused, or we'll see what's going to be happening and just keep going. So that's something that built my character a lot. So my father was in the army. I graduated high school from Germany because that's where we lived when I was in high school. So I'm international, I would say too. And then after that, I went to the Air Force because I had to decide what I want to do. A lot of people say go to college, do this. You have to figure out what you really want to do and what your lane. Because one thing I didn't want to do is waste my parents' money going to college if I really didn't want to be there. And I'm the type of person that I retain things after I read it, almost not all the way, but almost like a photographic memory. But I retain because my parents always taught us to read ahead while we were in school. So, we would know what's happening. And I have to say that got me in trouble too, because I would read ahead and know the information in the book already. And the teacher
What?
would come to me like, hey, Eric, you got to stop talking. And they'd be like, what's the answer to this? And I give it to him and start talking. So now I'm a smart aleck and I'm talking and it's disrupting everybody else. And I think the
Correct.
thing is that you have to be challenged. But moving on, uh, I went to the Air Force, did 4 years in the Air Force. I worked in combat plans and intelligence. I did a little side gigs when I was out there, like SP augmentee, because I always was trying to do more. I'm a very hands-on physical type person too. Very smart, but still I like to work with my hands. And I think that really helped with my journey as well, because even doing that I became a survivalist. I teach people survival skills. Um, I just I love working out, and I used to be a mixed martial arts fighter, the cage fighting, all that. Everything has just helped mold me to where I am today. But from being in the military, and my father, he was a mili- I'm sorry, a pastor. So I was a PK. So all that being strict military, and my dad being a pastor, I really couldn't do anything. When I got out of high school, I was just out there doing all
Wow.
types of things from the military. I moved to Virginia Beach, and that's where I got into IT. So I started studying up on IT. Never went to school for it. Self-taught again because I like to retain, and I felt like I had that knowledge and the power and that focus to be able to learn something of my own because I wanted something. I was like, oh man, these people are just sitting behind a desk and troubleshooting and doing this. It looks easy. It's not that easy. But if you put your mind to it, you can do it. So from being in IT, being like a help desk, I ended up being an engineer. So I studied some more. People were like, you don't really got to go to college for it. You can get the certifications. There's always loopholes and things. So you get your certification and then boom, now I'm a systems engineer. But it was just something that was still in me, like I wasn't satisfied. So I was like, you know what? Let me try being a dog trainer. I ended up got certified being a dog trainer. Love dogs and animals. I was a dog trainer. I became a survivalist, teaching people survival skills, but it was still something else. And it was always, whenever I was in the kitchen, that's when I felt most at ease. That was like my peace
Mm.
of mind. That was like, ah, turning some music, get in the kitchen cooking. It wasn't always great food, but I loved to be in there. And, I would try to mimic things that my grandmother and my aunt made. My dad was a great breakfast person. He made some great breakfast. So I learned a lot of breakfast skills from him. But I was like, you know what? I love this. So I dove into cooking. I did go to school, which was YouTube University, because there's everything out there on the internet. Just
Right.
Google different recipes, see other people doing it, and then just like try to recreate it. So that's how I got into the culinary journey, going down that road. And then it's also about the people that you know in life. Don't be mean to everybody because you never know who you're going to need or who's going to look out for you. Because when I got it because one of my friends hit me up. He said, hey, can you cook for me and my girl? I was like, absolutely. Flew me out to Chicago And the surprise was I had to cook for 10 more people. And it ended up being the cast of the show Empire on Fox. So that was a big delight. And that really propelled my culinary career. After that, just cooking for friends, doing pop-up dinners. And then I ended up being on Food Network Chopped.
Wow.
And I won. Yes. So, everyone's life is a journey. It's just how you go through it and how you overcome these obstacles.
I love that. Let's talk a little bit about that experience. I love the fact that you said that don't be mean to everyone, which is funny because don't be mean to folks. But you're so right. You never know who knows who. Let's talk a little bit about that, especially for our young Black and
Mhm.
Brown students. Talk about that, the power of networking and the power of relationships, and how it opened the door for you to cook for the cast of Empire. Talk a little
Empire.
bit about that.
So yeah, when we're growing up, everyone has their different cliques and all that. It's people want to be in a group and be wanted by other people and be accepted. And sometimes that kind of stops. So your blessings in a way, because now you're like, oh, I don't like this group of people, but you never know what they know or who they know. And even teachers and different adults, they're really, hopefully, they're in their right mind to help guide you to be a better person. And you never know who they know. Like to say you want to be a chef or you want to be on a football team, basketball team, anything you want to do. But some people you just have to be cool with for the most part and not always be judgmental because you never know what they know in life or where they can take you in your life. So just be calm and affable to everybody. Of course, sometimes you have to match energy. Not saying be weak and just like, oh, okay, okay. But it's a level of respect still that you have to give one another. And sometimes you really have to put people in their place. It's like, hold up, don't talk to me like that. Some people have to be corrected. But however, just you never know who has what power to do something for you. Even if it's another teacher, another parent, or a family member, everyone is trying to move up and everyone should be trying to help guide everybody in the direction. Like for me, I didn't know that my boy was going to hit me up and say, hey, come to Chicago. But me and him was always cool. We worked on different TV sets together and different shows. And then out of the blue, oh, I know Chef, I know Eric cooks. So he hit me up and I was surprised. I was like, yeah, I'm still cooking. And then I was able to showcase my skills because you have to hone in on your skills or whatever it is first. People can put you in front of people. Either you're going to embarrass yourself or you're going to crush it.
Right.
So I had to make sure I was on top of my game before, I
Yeah.
said yes. And I was because I studied my craft.
Mm,
So people can put you in places, but it's still up to you to put in the work to make sure you're top notch or, you know, you're good still. Everyone still needs work. Like me, I'm not the best chef in the world. I don't know everything, but I still put in the work to learn more every single day. And when you get
mm,
in front of people and then you showcase your skills, they'll be like, oh man, that was good. I might need you for this, and this. So
right.
it's always good to be conscious of what people can do for you and what you can do for other people because it's a win-win situation. He brought me out there. It's like, oh, now my friend name is Anthony. He brought me out there. He's like, now Anthony, you brought someone in front of us that we can use. Now they can trust him more with whoever he recommend. And now they trust you because you delivered a great product or personality or yourself. So yeah, it's in the world, it's sometimes who you know. So, and you might be the plug for somebody. So just keep an open mind with things. That's what I want you to take away from this.
I love that. I think what I heard is relationships are key. What I
They are.
heard, which a lot of times folks don't tell you, is that you gotta already be prepared. Like you can't plan to be prepared. You already have to be. You have to hone in to your skills. I heard
Absolutely.
that. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And like,
Yeah.
like me, the chef world is crazy too because people hit me up before. It's like, hey, in a month, I'm gonna need this type of dinner, and I still say yes, I can do it, although I may have not done it before in life. But between that day and that month, I am working diligently and hard. I'm asking questions. I have no shame or no pride asking for help, and that's a real big thing too. Don't be shameful or have pride to ask for help. If you don't know something, do it or ask for it because you don't want to get in front of somebody and say you can do something and then it's
Right.
garbage. That's not what you want. So, and I learned, I have a big story. I learned that from being homeless as well. Yes, I was homeless once, but that pride is gone. If I need help, I'm going to ask because all they can do is say no. And if they say no to you, it's no hard feelings. Just be like, okay, just thought I'd ask. Thank you very much. Move on to the next person to ask or find the next thing to do. It's no shame in asking for help. None at all. I ask for help
Right.
all the time. If I see a chef is doing something that I can't do, they be like, oh, you're a chop champion though. That doesn't matter. I don't know every cuisine. I don't know everything. So I'm gonna ask for help. That pride is gone. Build that relationship. Let people see that you're humble as well. Like that you're not a big shot all day, every day. Because you're not. I'm not. I want chopped. I've been on TV shows, but I still ask for help.
Man, that's powerful. I love that. All right. Talk about your experience on Chop as a star of that show. Talk about how did that deal come about and what can kids take away from that? Like how to structure deals.
Oh, absolutely. And I think I was fortunate with my chopped episode and getting on there. They actually reached out to me twice. The first time I said no because I didn't feel like I was ready. I didn't want to get out there and embarrass myself, blah, 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 blah. I was like, I'm not going to be looking stupid and get chopped first. Oh, no. However, couple, this was like right before the pandemic. And then the pandemic happened. 2020, they reached out again. He said, hey, we still want you to go on the show. Would you like to be on it? And I thought about it for a half a second and I said yes. Because it's not every day that a show reaches out to you. Clearly, they see something in you, and it's a real honor to be on Chopped, even for them to reach out to you because they see that you have some type of skill set that would be great for the TV, and they believe in you. And there's a lot of people that actually audition and try out for it and don't make it at all. So for someone to reach out, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Plus, with the pandemic, I'm not doing nothing.
Right.
So I was like, let me take advantage of this opportunity. And once I found that out, I reached out to friends and all that. I was like, hey, create mystery baskets. If you don't know what Chopped is, they um they have this curated basket, 4 items in there. There's going to be appetizer, entree, and dessert. You open this basket, it's all a surprise, and you make a dish out of these 4 items, and you have a pantry to cultivate whatever you need to make. But I had friends doing mystery baskets for me. Just like, hey, go to the grocery store, get this, 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 and make a dish. Or they'll come over and it's like, here, make something. Or I'll go over there. Or we do it virtually because people didn't want to be in front of people's faces talking during the pandemic.
Right.
But I tried my best to do what I can and try to find a base for what I wanted to make. Anyway, I get the chops, I'm very confident in who I am and what I do, but I don't boast about, everything because everybody else was, oh, I worked at this Michelin star restaurant. I've done this and that. I was like, great, that's what's up. I'm self-taught. It's like, oh, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, oh, that's it. And I didn't talk much. I was in my room studying, whatever. But we get there. One of the things I did say I didn't want to be chopped first. So that was
Right.
almost already like almost undermining myself. But I was like, you know what? I don't want to be chopped first because who wants to lose and leave the show? That's when I had the mentality of, it's still an honor to be on the show regardless. But
Right.
I get in the show, every single thing is real about the show. The time is real. You don't know what's in the basket. And I really respect the show for that because it's nothing fake. There's no behind the scenes. There's no TV magic. Everything is real. You're showcasing your uh your creativity and your culinary, expertise and what you know. But yeah, I get on there. Everybody's cool. Everybody likes to tell you how to use different equipment, and then you just go for it. And it is fast paced, and you have no idea how quick that time just goes by. It's just flying because you're in your own world, and the cameras are like right in your face, and you're
Yeah.
just like, man, get out of here. But you still
Yeah.
got to focus. You're running around doing everything. It's a high impact, but you still have to be creative. Just like have that base. Like for even like one of the meals, I had a whole leg of lamb that I had to break down and cook. And I learned that because in all everything in life just comes back around. I learned how to break down the lamb because I used to be the chef for the prince and princess of Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
So they would always have like meat that you have to break down. So that kicked in. I was like, man, this is easy, light work right here. But it was an amazing opportunity. And then when it got down to like the dessert, was the last part, I have never ever made ice cream a day in my life, but I made it on that
Mhm.
show because I knew the base for it, and you can make different dishes from that base. So I was like, I'm just gonna make ice cream. So it's like a cardamom ice cream, put it in there. You can see in the show that I really didn't make enough, so it was hard getting it out the machine. I was scraping it out, but
Yeah.
at the end, um, I ended up being Chop Champion. I actually won my episode of Chopped, and it's all
Wow.
because of everything. And I'm a very stickler about presentation because people eat with their eyes first, so they
Yes.
look
Yes.
at it. They're
Yes.
like, your presentation is beautiful, all that. But yes, it was a great opportunity for me, and I loved it, and I would do it again and again and again because
Yeah.
I always like things that challenge me. You don't want to be stuck or just be complacent somewhere. You always want something to challenge you to move forward, to get you to that next level. And that's what happened. I always said I wanted to be on Chopped, and I thought it was going to be later in my career that I was going to win Chopped, but it happened early. So I was like, dang, this was going to be like my highlight of my life. And then I was like, now I got to find something else to do. So you want to always keep elevating. So now I do a lot of speaking engagements because I want to pass on the knowledge. I want to tell the youth and tell everybody that they can do whatever they want to do in life and just make it happen. And I also go to different resorts now and do menu creations. I just go
Wow.
wherever I'm needed to help
Yeah.
someone else's culinary career or their menu. And I
Right.
just love talking to people to make them believe, help them believe in themselves. They can do
Absolutely.
whatever they want in life. And even if it's not full time
Hmm.
of what you're doing and what you love, just do something purposeful to make ease
Yeah.
on you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you so much. I love that story. And that's a good segue into your classes. I know we had spoke offline about you have these classes, culinary classes, or cooking classes.
Oh
Talk a
yeah.
little bit about that because I know you want to leave your legacy as well. And so talk a little bit about that and how can youth get involved who may be listening and want to be a chef one day.
So yeah, I lived in DC before I lived here in New York. But when I was in DC, I had a cooking show. It was a kids cooking show. Kids would
Wow.
be interested, or their parents see that their kids like to cook or be in the kitchen with them. So I would help guide them on the show and cook different recipes. It's a funny show because kids they have no filter.
Yeah,
So they're
that's
talking, they
right.
be like, Chef E, I don't like this. I like it's okay though. Other people might like it. You can give it to your mom. Yeah, you have to be quick on your feet when you're doing this. But I like to help the youth to find what they love to do. They can even just try it and just see if they love it. Because it opens up different doors in your creativity. Some people like to be creative. Some people like being in the kitchen. Some people like to eat. And they
Yes.
might not like other people's food. So they're like, I want to cook on my own, cook it how I like to make it. So,
Yeah.
but it teaches a lot of discipline, knife skills. It teaches patience. It teaches you how to get ingredients correct or even, be creative with different ingredients. There's a structure in like everything in life, even with cooking. But my thing is to, make it fun and exciting. If they're like, oh, let's put this in there, let's put that in there and see how it tastes. I call my kitchen the lab because it's a lab to me. There's stuff that come out great, and there's stuff that goes into the trash. So you just
Wow.
got to, yeah, you got to just figure out what you like. And I want to help
Yeah.
guide people that want to, cook and be self-taught. And there's nothing wrong with being self-taught. There's nothing wrong with being
Mhm.
going to culinary school. You can do both avenues, but you have to
Yeah.
start from somewhere. Like me, I would still go to culinary school. I would still take cooking classes. I've taken cooking classes before because I don't know everything, but I want to teach what I know, and then my thing that I teach can just be the base for you to propel and just go to where you want to go. So I'm always
Absolutely.
happy to mentor and to help teach. And I do virtual cooking classes. So if we can get on a virtual class, get all the ingredients, we can be in the kitchen together, just cooking it up.
Yeah.
Because I'm
I
I'm here
love
to help.
that.
Yeah, I have to give back. One of the main things in my life is giving back because I was homeless before. So and I know what it feels like to not have anything at all. So if I can give
Absolutely.
back and make an impact on someone's life, that is definitely what I want to do.
I love that. Thank you so much. And it's so funny you said that because right now, even as we are talking, there's a food deficit. There are so many students that go hungry right here in the United States, right here in New York City. So I think what you are doing and what you're offering is so needed, and it's rewarding. So thank you for that as well. Okay, so Eric, what I heard from this part of the conversation was go for it, right? Don't limit yourself, right? What I heard also is it's okay to be self-taught. And I love the fact that you said that even though you were around all these people that had all these titles, you came in
Mhm.
there knowing and confident, knowing that, you know what, I'm self-taught, but I am talented in what I know, and I'm going to show up. And by that can-do attitude, you won the title at Chopped. So that is amazing. And that's something to take away even from this conversation for
Exactly.
myself.
And because,
Yes.
some people get intimidated when
Yes.
people go off their list of their resume, what they did and what they have not done. Don't be intimidated. You go out there, have fun, and do what you do. Because you never know if it's your passion, you can
That's right.
surpass what they learn, and that flavor can just come through, or whatever your skill is, will shine more because you may show more passion, and they might be
Mm.
looking for that passion. I think
Yeah.
that's what really got me because I was having fun and smiling still, just put my life like we used to say back in the day, I put my foot in it. Not literally,
Yeah.
but I put my foot in it and I just crushed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Hey guys, if you have any questions for the Chef Marshall, if you have any questions, anyone that's to be interactive, you can certainly type it in the chat right now. You can access afterwards. So please, we definitely want you guys to also be interactive, and any questions pertaining to how to build a culinary brand, how Eric got his start. He is willing to help, he's willing to mentor. So please ask your questions, and also email us as well. Again, guys, don't forget you're going to go onto the Catalyst, visit the Catalyst website page on Instagram, like the photo, comment, tag us, guys. Make sure you tag us. You can even take a picture right now in real time. Take a picture and tag us on that picture. You will have the chance to win over $1,000 in scholarship as well as other cash prizes. So don't forget, make sure you do that. All right, Mr. Marshall, thank you so much for your authentic conversation. As we wrap up, I have a question by one of our youths that sent in, and I really love this question. The question is a two-part question. What are the main three lessons that you have learned? What are the main three lessons that you have learned that were failures? So those lessons that were failures, how have you, how have they taught you, and how have you used those lessons to be a part of your success recipe? So those three lessons that were failures in your sight, how have you used those to really to be the catalyst as your success recipe?
All right. So I touched on one, and one is pride or too much pride. Everyone has a little. And I felt that was a failure because I didn't ask for help. And that pertains to culinary and life. When I was homeless, I was out in LA doing movies and all that. And then I got scammed out of a lot of money, lost everything. And my pride made me not ask for help. I didn't have to be homeless as long as I was. but because, I wanted people to see me as, oh, he's out in LA doing his thing, blah, blah, blah. Nah, please ask for help. That was a failure in my sight. So now the pride that I had, or that was way up there, I think it's gone. It is gone because, like I said, ask for help. No one gives it to you, or that person that you ask. The thing is, don't have any hard feelings about it. Just be like, okay, thank you. Just figured I'd ask and just keep it moving. So that's one. Another failure was, hey, that's hard because pride is the biggest one for me.
Yeah.
Um, and not asking for help. What else was it? Hmm. Oh, not being knowledgeable in something.
Mm.
Because when people used to come like, can you do this? And I'd be like, yeah. And I just make it up as I go. No, you have to have a basis of platform. You have to have at least that base of knowledge for something that you want to do. And for me being a procrastinator too, because I could have had time to learn. I don't procrastinate with too much. I still procrastinate with some things personal in life. But if it's your career or something that you want, don't procrastinate. You have to study. You have to get that knowledge base. You have to ask the questions like, how do I do this? How to do that? Because that helps propel you. Oh, and the other thing is, that's the second one. I wasn't surrounding myself with people that could help me grow. There
Mm.
was people that are around me in my life that was trying to pull me back. I'm like, yo, I want to do this in life. They're like, man, I don't know if you can do that. Those are not the people you want to be around. You want to be around the people that you see yourself where you want to be at because they'll help pull you up. They'll see your hunger and your drive sometimes. It's a hit or miss sometimes, but still try to get to where you want to be. Be around the people that has the knowledge because sometimes we're just around our friends and they don't have the same vision as you do. Or other people in life don't have that same vision. Or they're like, man, you don't know how to do that. Just because you don't know how to do it now don't mean you're not gonna know how to do it later. Even if it's real estate or whatever, any career field, talk to those people that you see are successful in that career field because you want to climb that ladder and then you'll be sitting up there with them. Or you might surpass them because you have your own creativity and know what you want to do. So surround yourself with like-minded people and people that you want to get where they are. So I think those are the three things because I failed in that part too because I was thinking, I got this, I know what I'm doing. And I see other people be like, yeah, I'm gonna pass them. But I'm not asking what their secret is, or I'm not asking them for guidance. Some people just give you the information because it's enough wealth and love and knowledge to share. And you be in your own niche of whatever you're doing, and they're doing their thing. But get that information. Don't just sit back and be like, I got it, I can do it. Ask questions and make it happen.
Yes,
That's what I have a tattoo right here. It says make it happen.
that's
So
what's up.
yeah.
Man, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Marshall. Celebrity chef, entrepreneur, and self-taught culinary chef. It's been a pleasure. Yes, it's been a pleasure to have you.
Gonna have
He
on
has an
season.
amazing season. Yes. And I was about to say that too. Tell us a little bit about your seasoning and where can folks find it?
Oh yeah. So this is my seasoning line. It's called slapping everything. So this goes almost on every dish. A little quick story is back in the day, you do something wrong. Back in my day, my mom would be like,
Right.
I'm gonna slap the taste out your mouth. This is gonna put the taste back in your mouth,
Right, right,
flavor,
right.
because
Minus the slapping.
minus the slap. But yeah, it's a seasoning to go on the food while cooking, and it's a finishing seasoning. So if you're at a restaurant or wherever you're at, and you be like, just need a little flavor, just pull that slap now to sprinkle it on a little something, something. But yeah, but you can find it on my website, www.chefemarshall.com, or you go to my Instagram, which is chef underscore emarshall. And I think you will absolutely love it. I use it when I cook for all my clients. I use it when I cook at different events and promotions. So I stand behind it. And I'm a person that loves flavor. And if you're like me, then this is what you need.
That's what's up. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you for your time today. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you were able to learn from this conversation. Make sure you stay tuned for the next segment. Bye.